Hello there, good afternoon and welcome. I am Wormslayer2146. It is Wednesday, 7th of June 2023, and welcome back to more tiny trains in Factorio. The base is taking a nice shape recently, nice and square. I do like that shape. We've grown it a bit in the last session while also reworking the blueprint just a little bit with a view to how we continue to expand and get even bigger and bigger, moving the radars around a little bit and putting some roboports across the place so robots can help us even more. Hopefully, we'll see how it goes. It's unlikely that's going to be the final design of the base. We'll probably have to iterate upon it a few times more in the future, but for now I'm happy we can keep growing out. We didn't quite have enough time in the last stream to get started on the oil processing, so that's going to be today's #1 job. Get the oil out of the ground, get it refined, make some oil-based products from it, and if we get all of those products set up, then we still need a bit of steel and probably some other things. But we're just going to work, or continue to work, on getting those initial kind of baseline resources available to our train network, and then move from there on to making intermediate products, and from there on to the finished products. Still some developing to do. We'll start today with the oil. Let us hop back in to factory and see what we need. So we've surrounded a patch down here. So we're going to need the pump jacks, definitely. How many have we got here? $26, I make that. I've no idea how to work out how many train stations we need for that, and how many pumps, and how many this, or the yield here. So I think rather than like stressing myself trying to work out the exact correct numbers, for once we're just going to build some stuff and it'll deal with it. So we'll build all the pump jacks here and split them into 4, because there's 4 stations available. Why not? I guess. And then we'll have a refining patch that just fits as many refineries as possible into a square, and that's that. I guess. We'll see how it goes when we actually start making it. But for now, 26 pump jacks is somewhere to start, and then just a whole bunch of refineries, I guess. Seems good. We need to go grab iron. So let's head back to our starter base where the materials are. Although, that said, there is iron. There is iron in the new base. I could grab it from there. It's just a bit harder to get there, I guess. Let's use the starter base while we have it. While we're still getting started, I guess, really. It's 18. My inventory is full. Okay. Do need some copper as well. I probably don't have enough of that. We top that up with coal, but all the wood, let's get rid of it. Anything else I can get rid of? Well, there's lots of random stuff there, but no for now. Wrong one. Is that dealt with? Let's grab a bit more copper too. 22 still, okay. More iron. That's more like it, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 26. Then to make the oil refinery I'm going to need stone brick and steel. Sure. Maybe I should. We're not building any rail grids for a while, so we'll use the car to store rail things. Just for a bit. That'll do. Hello Mondo, good afternoon. Hope your Wednesday's going all right. Sorry for the double ping, that is my fault. 14 refineries doesn't seem like enough. It's holding me back. Oh, more iron. Okay. Cancel that. 20. More copper. Unforgivable. Wednesday ruined. Well, damn. That'll teach me for not thinking ahead. Well, I mean, I have a list in my little helpful booklet. Things I need to check through before I click go live. And I missed one off the list today. So I had to stop and then go again. Not that it's probably would have been alright to just carry on, because the last game I played was Factorio, so it's not so important. Nothing had really changed between the last session and this one. But still. Everything has to be right. What are we up to? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. Maybe some more? Maybe? 0.4 we're ahead. No, we're ahead is 0.1. Most important. Maybe 40 refineries will be enough to start with. Let's assume it is. We're also going to need a ton of iron to turn into pipe work. Scoop up some more. There may come a day where I don't wear hat, but it requires me to change my lighting setup a bit. Pump, pipe, and storage tank. So a bit steel for that. What do we need for pump? We need engine unit. Okay. We should go find some engine unit then. Because we can't handcraft that, so we should make sure we got some of them to make pumps with, or just make some pumps now, I guess. We have some on us. Sure. Make some pumps. Might need more. Let's get some engine unit in case we need more. They'll be sat on a belt here somewhere. I say. They're needed in locomotives, right? Where do we make them? There. Scoop up a whole bunch of them. That'll do. Just in case I do need another 100 pumps. Could happen. Seems like a good start. So if we head down into... Actually, I do need a bit more coal for fuel for my pocket train. That'll do. If we head down into the new base, where the oil is, and start pumping it up and see where we get. So we have pocket train. You can drive there half safely. Oh, tell you what I could do even safer is tell it to go to MQ49 North. Go for it. That way I'm not even in control and all the trains won't crash. Not that they're really moving at the moment, but, you know, still, it's safest. Here we are. All safe. The pump jacks then, let's get them placed. So if we've got 26 and we're going to divide them 4 ways, we could just join it all up and then divide it 4 ways. Possibly. Although, I'm not sure how many pipelines to use, right? Have I worked that out before? Was there a way in Hellmod of doing that? This is my generic stuff page, isn't it? I swear Hellmod had an option for, like, oil. Yeah. But I don't think it told us how many pipes to use. Maybe it does. Fine. So we increase this till we get 26 pumps. 300 and a bit. There you go. 26 pumps, although that's not That's not correct because I don't think this factors in the yield. It assumes 100% yield or something. I'm sure there's a way of doing it, but you know, I don't know, so it's not right, is it? This would be 2600%, requiring a tenth of a pipe, and we've got 39,431%. 39,431. So if we had 394 pumps in this fashion, can I just change the production percent? 39,000. Not really, I don't think. Number of pump jacks is then, yeah. We end up in the same place. The number of pump jacks requires the same amount of pipe, regardless of the... That's not how you do it, I guess, is my conclusion there. Let's leave that at that. Say we get this so that it's 394 factories. Bit more than that. Little less than that, okay. Close enough, really, on. I guess just call it 4730. That would be 1.58 pipelines. That, to me, it sounds more like it. And I know over time it's going to reduce. So as we pump oil up, it becomes less yield. We'll need less and less over time. But let's just say it's more than one pipeline. So if we did join them all together, it would be more than one pipeline, in which case, why bother? Let's keep them as 4 separate pipelines and not even have to think about that in the future, or now, which is my preference, not thinking. Let's say so. So it's 26, 4 times is 2 8s and 2 9s. No, 2 6s and 2 7s. Yep, that makes more sense. 2 6s and 2 7s. So 1, 5. Need to move that pole, but okay. 1 2 3. Bit awkward. From here, maybe 1 2 3 4 5. No. 5 6, I guess. Little awkward, but sure. And then as well, 6, 7, sure. A few poles out of line there, but I got the right number of pump jacks at least. That's good. Okay. Joining them all together, gonna need to make more pipework. Let's preemptively make some of everything. And then maybe join that there. To that one. To there, and then there's a line coming towards the train station. There's one. Let's put the ghosts in for this, and robots can finish that off for me when they wake up, when we've got them made. That's all that way. One here. Join there. Doesn't join, did it? Didn't have the lines. Okay, there we go. To there. That's it. 1 2 3 4 5. No, I can't count or something. That's 7. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. This one. can't really go that way round. Okay, so that'll be there. Joining in as well, I guess. Always a bit wiggly around these, but that's fine. Once they're all connected up. Let's get those little bits of pipe done. Cool. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 short. And that'll have a connection somewhere around there, let's say. Southbound. One join to there, not quite, but there's okay. Join that one like that. And I can move that down one. Put them in a line. And that one. Plug all them in. Seems good, and then that's going to be a little weird. But sure, be a pipe over here somewhere. It's going to connect into that station there. And this lot. Front of there somehow. I guess this is the awkward one. Let's turn it. Can go there. Oh, that one needs moving. I'll have to break things as I go. There we go. And that corner there, that should all be plugged in to one another, and then this will come over somewhere around here. Probably going to need some more of that and that. I didn't make any of those yet, did I? Storage tanks. Let's do them. Some of them. Okay. So we need the actual train stations in place now, I guess. Be the thing to have. Don't think I need that anymore. So this is a liquid loading station. Do I need to worry about anything? It all looks fine to go there. Go for it. Pretty simple. And we can adjust this round anyway, all the tanks and stuff. They don't need to sit there. In this case, there's nothing else around here that's going to cause any trouble, don't think. So we could move the tanks over. I certainly want more of them, I think, more of the storage than just the two in this case. Unless we do connect them differently. Where things are lining up, it might be the ones I've pointed north should actually come over this way. Might be easier. Tempting. Very. Let's do all the stations like that then. And just check. That line would come up here pretty easy. I think we will do that then. It's all good for now there. And that lot would be coming from that line, I guess, or that line, yeah. Maybe not ideal. It'll be fine. Missing pipe. Might need to go get more iron. Or tell you what. Oh, I don't have any wagons on me. That's a shame. I can't just send a train to go and get me some without a wagon attached to it. You can just put in a request to bring some here in the LTN network, but it might make a mess. I don't particularly trust it to do out of the ordinary things. That one's all good. Do just need to remember this will have renamed everything because I'm stamping on it. So while you're doing that, let's rename it back. This was MQ49. There we go. All back with the names I should have. All built, all good. Those are connected. Yep, it's ready then for when I... Well, I mean, constant combinator signals aren't going to be difficult here, are they? Do need to wire it up though. This is providing stuff, so... where else are we doing that? Here, for example. We need the combinators that do the thinking. Interesting. We have that much. Put one in down here and have a play with it. That power pole's in a different place. Okay. On purpose. It's not needed, it doesn't power anything. I guess it was ready to put these around, but they are there on the other stations, so... They can be there, I can carry the signals over, that's fine. We need red to the pumps. Don't really want to jump the rail like that, I want to go up there and over. And then we need green from the train pole. Change that to be oil. So train should arrive with a request for crude oil. Feeds that to the back of here, which turns it into R, the request. Then it compares and decides if the request is less than or equal to the crude oil signal here. Something ain't right there. It's like that one should have the red going into it. Where does it get? No. Why do I feel like that's wrong? It was working, correct? The out... I see. The green into the arithmetic is from the output on the station, not from the pole. So the green on the pole is what the train has out of this signal. Yep. Train contents. What the train wants gets converted, and then they compare, and that does fine. Yep, the red isn't needed. The red doesn't go into the light. Or does it? The pumps need to be switched off if is the main thing, isn't it? Where is that? Again, up here. They're in green. Okay. The red is on the storage. Sure, to let them know what's available. Right, okay. So unwire them. They come over to the storage. And the green, which is carrying like the red signal, yeah, comes up here onto the pumps. And the setting, which way round is it? I can't check from here. Damn. I can copy, but it doesn't have a wiring. What if I do that? There we go. Enable if red is 0. Red is 0, enable. Good. So when it gives the red, it will stop the pumps from putting any more into the train, same way that the inserters are working. So if a train comes and asks for a specific amount of oil, that's how much oil it gets, rounded up a very small amount, not too much over. And then yeah, the red signal is what we've got available, which is what's in those tanks. Okay. That I believe is wired up correctly. I'm going to need to grab all that and rename them all again. Bit of pipe I grabbed by accident, never mind, tidy that up in a second. Okay, so that is actually west. It's actually north. It's actually east. Good. That's all them. Odd bits. Okay. So if I was to rotate everything round, this would not go out there. It would come down here. Yeah, not by there though. Can I move it over before? Would be my preference. I think I'd move it up here. Join that there, I think. And then have a pump. Where are they? There they are. Going in? Yeah. I doubt it. It shouldn't be necessary at all, actually. The pumps are on that end. With the distance of it all. I mean, it's nice to have anyway, sure. Fill them up and empty what's behind it, in theory. It's fine. And do I want to expand? Yeah, the train coming can hold 3 tanks worth, right? Do they hold the same amount in them? Not sure. Probably, and the upgraded ones we might use in the future will be even more. Storage volume 25,000. Is that 25,000 in total or per canister? I think each train can hold 3 tanks full. So we should have more than 3 in the prep area. So that blueprint's probably not got enough on it to begin with. But I would like more for this. May end up saying that for everything. I would like some more storage than that here, yeah. So don't necessarily want to input into one we're pulling out of. So let's go this way then. And do that. We can join them with pipe between, okay. Because we know the pipe's enough. Move that pump onto the back of there. Respace this. There we go. Yeah. Prefer that. Does mean let's wire them all up. Don't have to. Could. We don't want the system to make assumptions or anything. Let's wire it all up is the best practice, I'm sure. Up and down. 100,000 oil is available there at the moment. Good start. Similar here then. So let the robots build out the signals. And then where is the line? It's up here. So let's put the extra tanks this way this time. Need more of, but I can't afford. Okay. Run back and get some more iron in a second. Well, not necessarily back, but we'll run and get some more iron in a second. Bring that line over this way. Do the corner and the pump. The pump's on here maybe. There we go. Similar deal. I definitely need more. Got enough steel, so I just need the iron, and that's just below us. Yep. Just being careful not to get run over. Take a short trip down here. Just grab a whole box full of that, I think. Make a bunch more storage tanks, that'll be good. While we're here, the robots can fix this, I guess, as they want to. There we go. Done that one, done that one. Let's head east and... didn't finish this, didn't wire it up properly, did I? Let's make sure to do that. So we've got there to there, so up and down again, I guess. head this way. The line is there, so let's do another one like that. The wire. Good. And plug that in. I don't think we can line that up any better necessarily. Let's go for it like that. Gonna need more underground. Swallows all the pipe I've got. I'll have to come back and finish that. And remember to. Oh, I didn't do the signals anyway. Never mind. So the last line is, it's like that one here, but it's also connecting down here. We remove this. Get a few undergrounds back. And then, because where that is, it's a little awkward. I think I'd rather would bring it this way. The end of here. Into there, pump it in. Put that there, good. And red wire. Okay, what have I forgotten or gone wrong? It seems fine. Did I copied over the settings which is saying this is a provider if it's got 1.2 thousand. Numbers probably different for the liquid, I imagine. Don't really know what, because we don't want it to be completely dry, I guess. Isn't best. So only come and get if we've got a whole train's worth, 75,000 I think. Let's go with that. Now this is connecting that line there. It needs a pump, or I want to give it a pump. Build all that, change that to 75. Sure, do those poles while you're here. Down here, got the pump. Not sure it is good. What are we saying? There's 100 and so it's 2 and a bit train loads. If it's got a whole train load, they can come and get it. Would we ever want them to come and get less than a train load? I mean, it's possible that we would. What is 1.2 thousand? That's what the copper was. They're in stacks of 50. So they've got 9.6 and we're saying only come if there's 1.2. It's probably a completely random number I pulled out of thin air, but still. 1/8 of the possible storage. Don't know why that is. I'm sure there was a reason for it. So what's 1/8 of 200,000? Is that even the right number considering the inputs? Who knows? $25,000. Sure, I don't know. 75 just seems like a bit much to wait on. Like, only come if you can take a whole load. Well, what if we want to trickle a bit through because we don't have a good supply? Which is entirely possible, especially at the beginning. Let's change it. Can I do that from the map? Can I copy? Cannot reach. Okay. No, I can't. That's done. Let's get these robots back in. Change it in the north. That's the last one. There's a few power poles missing in the middle where we need to get them around the pump jacks. And then we're good. This is a source of oil. It may well not be a good way of doing it. We might want to combine and have fewer stations here if the throughput isn't enough. But considering, you know, it's 39,000% yield, I kind of feel like it will be okay. We'll see. And there's 4 stations here. If a train wants 75,000 and 3 of the stations don't have that, it'll go to the one that does have it, so should be okay. Right, you guys do those poles while you're here. Good. That's oil, and that's oil available to LTN, I think. I hope. So let's do some refining of it nearby. I mean, you know, none of these squares here are reserved for anything. This depot has nothing around it, really, so let's head north. We'll do refining in this square. One thing I was thinking of was kind of joining between the squares. So we would be, for example, in MR50 here. We would do the refining here, so oil in on a side, or even multiple sides. Refine it, send all of the heavy oil up under the train lines into MR51, all the light oil into MQ50, and the petroleum into MR49, and have a huge storage there, like hundreds of storage tanks. And that way the odds of one backing up and stopping the overall production would become very unlikely, because there's so much storage for it, and chances are we'll come past and flush out one that's getting too full long before it's a problem. But that doesn't, I don't know, it doesn't seem right. It doesn't seem constructive or a good use of space, just huge storage just to deal with that. I think that the trick is to consume them and keep them consuming at an okay pace around the board. And that might cause problems, but I think to begin with, I'd like to keep things in a single square, I think. So we need to do refining and the storage of them, having decided 2 tanks is not enough for the outbound stations. And we need 3 outbound stations because there's 3 products, which means there can only be 1 inbound. So maybe we'll do just multiple stations like this. Could be the case. In any case, 3 outbound liquids, I'll do them here. Yeah, keep the closest one. So the south one will be the inbound because that's the closest. That is an unloading. Do that. This was MQ50. I'm probably going to end up changing them again, because I need to... Oh no, that's the wrong one. Is it? No, that's the right one. I want to copy a different amount of it, don't I? We should re-blueprint it. It's the blueprint at the moment. It's all that. Yeah, we should re-blueprint it. Sonic trains, liquid loading. Oh, interesting. It's going to grab that. We'll change it. Whatever. Want to grab, well, all of this then. Let's say the default is 8. Why not? This doesn't need the roboports. They're already there. It's fine to remove them. I do want all the signalling, but we just need to remember to change. It's not crude oil everywhere. Have 8 of them, have them all plugged in, sure. The pump in, sure. That won't always be on that one, but let's have it there and then we can move it individually. I think that's better to have. Station the signalling for it, all the wiring. The bigger storage, yeah. Yeah. Let's go with that. I think. In which case... Sonic trains loading liquids. That in with the extras on each of these. All done, good. So that, having then stamped that, MQ50 west. Q50 north. So it took the name. Rather it gave a random name. Prevent any confusion with LTN while I'm building stuff. 50 east, there we go. Why is that station, that signal not built? Would have been built when we came round building. The others all have theirs. Interesting. At least missed a signal when we were building everywhere. There's some missing here. I swear I checked everywhere and we Didn't have any pink dots. Probably just blind. There's some missing over there as well. Okay. Fine. At some point, the robots can repair that themselves. Not the end of the world. It, I guess, could cause a few traffic issues temporarily. Not ideal, but oh well. What am I going to... Oh, I'll need a few more storage tanks, pumps, and therefore pipes. That's all built, looks like it. Number's probably going to be the same, 25,000, because liquid's in tanks the same way. Let's say that's going to be fine. Cool, pump there. Good for now. Then the unloading station, I can remove the solid unloading because this is going to be liquid only. We could have a liquid unloading that looked different and had this pump the other side and whatever, but I do kind of like the idea of a consistent layout that allows them to mesh. If that ever happens, it could, but just seems unlikely. This I will configure when we're ready, I guess. The unloading doesn't need to store as much, but it does need to store at least a wagon load, because feasibly we're going to ask for a wagon load. I mean, it's kind of what we want each time, if that's the most optimal. So if it stores a wagon load and a bit, then when this gets down to 25,000, we can request the next 75,000. So 4 tanks should be okay, as long as we don't consume 25,000 quicker than the train can get here, which is going to be fine because they can just come from over the road. So the journey's going to be very quick, hopefully. I want it to be very quick, yeah. That is MQ50 South. Get that renamed properly. This needs wiring up entirely, doesn't it? So we need an extra pole there. The usual. Reds need to take all the tanks. Feed them into the light, and that should be fed in, which it is. I think that's it. Just needs to know what's here and what it should be asking for. Unloads everything before it goes. We just need to make sure we don't ask for too much. Because if we ask for too much, the tank will leave. The train will leave with something in it still in the tank. Okay. We can store 100,000. We know that much, right? Let's get that right. Yes, definitely 100,000. Therefore, confused already. Only request if you're getting at least 75,000. Always hold 75,000? No. That's not what I want. I wanted to get more, but I wanted to get 75,000 more. That's awkward. So I'm going to be putting like 100,000, for example. Yeah, and that is how we've done it elsewhere. So try and get 100,000, but only in 75,000 chunks. So when it hits 25,000, it'll go and get 75,000 more. That's correct. I believe this is the point where we find out the wagon does actually hold 25,000 in the full wagon. I thought it split into thirds. Okay. Fine. Changes things, but doesn't necessarily mean we need to change anything. 3 trains are going to bring 25,000 each. Here comes the first. I can't fiddle with it while it's doing stuff, can I? Let's not then. Fiddle with it. Oh, that unloaded quick. Nice. This would mean that when we hit 25,000, 3 trains are going to come and deliver more. Not necessarily what we want. We also probably have too many tanks now. Change the threshold down. If a train is 25, change it to 25,000. And there's 100,000 of storage, so store 100,000. That risks trying to overfill and having trouble. So we'll have 1 tank as an empty buffer, 75,000 is what we're trying to store, and 25,000 is a load. That's fine. So we now do have these only providing if they have a whole train load, which is fine. We've just overbuilt the storage ahead of it. It could have just been 2 tanks. One is the train load and the other one is the spare, the buffer. When we upgrade the wagons to hold more, it would change, but yeah, we've overdone that. So we can underdo it on the next one, so it's fine. It does empty quick, that's pretty cool. So another train loading. Should be a 3rd one, right? Or has it already been and gone? I think it's already been, yeah. Cool. Great. All I'm going to do is edit this blueprint and remove the back 4. But then the wiring's wrong. Okay. What I'm going to do is cut these out. Wire that to there. That's all 4 wired. Get that blueprint again. Select new contents for it. Cut out the robobots and their pole. Could cut out that one bit of rail there. Yeah. Everything else all good. Save that. Okay, that's better now. Just make sure. Yep. Randomize the name. Good. Better. I think. Yeah, who knows? It's just fix the other stations. Before I forget. Then we'll put some refineries into this square. Work out how that's going to work. Right. I think they're good. I'm happy. Refineries then. How many are we going to fit? We need to leave a bit of space down the sides to move the pipelines around. We don't necessarily, or it would be helpful if we reduced it to only have a single pipeline. We also have to bear in mind cracking. Have we unlocked it? Have we got a chemical plant? Yes, we've got cracking available. Like if we want to crack within this square, so if we have too much heavy oil in here, we'd crack the heavy oil down into light oil here. Otherwise, we're doing the cracking elsewhere and then trying to get a bigger network to understand what we've got more of, which can be done, but it's not ideal. I think you'd then just be constantly getting everything that is here moved somewhere else to be cracked non-stop. Yeah, so we should do the cracking within this square, so it needs to refine and crack. And ideally keep to one pipeline in the process. So I might like to look at the theory of, I'm sure there's a simple answer, but if we're making light oil, it's the one we get the most of, right? Well, yeah, we're doing advanced oil processing. Is that the way to look at it? Sure, and they're all just flipped versions, so that's what we're doing. I just want to increase that number, decrease it now. It's 3,000. No, you get more petrol. Okay. Could have looked at that within the recipe, couldn't I? Yeah, more petrol than light oil. Okay, that is how vanilla works, sure. Haven't seen it in a while. So So more petrol than all the others. And cracking always heads down to petrol. Okay. Sure. So yeah, just reduce that to 3,000. Yeah, and that's whatever it happens to be. So a pipeline is 3,000, which is 272.8 refineries, which is, we're not going to build that many. Nowhere near, so even with cracking, that's not necessarily going to be an issue. How would I'd need to like matrix solve it, wouldn't I, if I want to know including cracking. I can add heavy oil to light oil and light oil to petrol. Feed nothing extra in, and then matrix solve it. And we end up with a weird number, but okay. As products of that process, sure. So we get just over a pipeline if we had 154 refineries, 39 doing the first stage of cracking and 131 doing the second. We're not going to have anywhere near that number now. That's fine. Those are the limits. That's good to know. But we can work with what we can fit. Just get a vague idea. Gonna need to make some more chemical plants for this. Didn't think ahead of that. That's fine. Do that in a minute. Still, we're gonna want some space around the edges to move pipelines around in. So this is probably where we would start. Sound a bit close to the oil. If we're doing one row, this is where we'd start. Maybe we'll do more than one. We got space to wiggle around the edge. Let's go here. All the way over, sure. What's that? That's like equal length, and that's 9. Okay. We can't fit the next one here because we need to get 3 pipes out, so I'll have to go forward 1. We could do 3 rows of it, and then have space for cracking still. Maybe another one. I reckon. Not forgetting that we also need to move water around this place, but we'll just water fill the corners and pump it. That'll be fine. So we'll need to make offshore pumps to do that, but one thing at a time. Outputs, we're probably just going to need to flip one of them round, this right-hand edge, so it's above instead. But in theory, if we had 36 refineries, what do I want to do? I want to reduce this number until it says 36 refineries, I guess. A little bit less than that, sure, around there. Around is good enough for me. So if we had 36 refineries, then we need 9 doing heavy oil cracking and 31 doing light oil cracking to get the right balance. Is that overcomplicating it? If we have 36 oil refineries doing advanced oil processing, we get 36 times 25 heavy oil. So 900 heavy oil per 5 seconds. $180 heavy oil a second. Making that takes in 80 oil per second. Yeah. 40 oil every 2 seconds. If you put in 40 every 2 seconds, you're putting in 20 every 1 second. So it's 20 per second. 9. Yeah. It is coming to the number that is what I would expect So I don't know how it solves it, but it is at least getting what I would expect. So I'll trust it on the second one too. 9 and 31. Might want an intermediate storage. As in, if we're making it available to a train, we don't want to then pull it out of there to crack it. I don't think. So we started on the left and heavy oil pulled at the side here and then went away if it's not being cracked. Then we'd have 9 around here. Yeah, it doesn't really fit in one line. Not that way round, at least. It's 9. So there's no way we fit 31 over here, is there? 6, 7, 8. What does 31 divide into? Nothing. 3, I guess. 3, 2 10s and an 11. Yeah. You know, we could do, even that's too much of a squeeze to get the outputs in. So I don't think we can do that many without breaking it down a lot more. Five like that. 10, 15, 20, 25. $31, say. And these would be, yeah, it's just a bit awkward getting the pipes into that many. Don't really want to do that. Other ideas. I mean, we can just cut back another row of refineries, but I'm trying to avoid that. I'm trying to do the maximum. We can just put the refineries closer together. They don't have to be spaced like this. There's quite a lot of wasted room there. Just make a bit of pipe to play with. So say that row faced this way instead. Move these back 1. Don't really need to do the whole row just to play, do I? Never mind. And then other way. Keep that where it was. Move that one to be offset 1. The one behind it can't be where it was. No, the distance is not helpful. Then need to move that up 1. This one would be there. So it's like, forget the poles. They're no good. You know, like aligning to them doesn't help, which is fine. The next one could be there, so we could do more if we squish them in, which does make sense. If we can also fit the additional chemical plants that would entail, which is very, very possible. Might give that a go. So if we had 5 rows of 9 instead. Is that right? There were rows of 9. Was it not 5 before? I guess not. If it was 36, it was 4 rows. Yeah, so 45. Easy way of knowing, isn't there? If I'm adding another... We had 4 rows. So I want to add a quarter on. Is 350, 125. That's 825 total. Gets us close. Bit more still. Bit more than that. That's too far. That's not enough. 870, whatever. Around here. It's just the 45 refineries and then 12 first station cracking, 39 the next. 12 and 40, let's say. Maybe. It's fine that way around. 1240. Not sure about the 12, but the 40 is just 4 rows of 10. That long. Again, we could squish them up as well. Is that 2 away? I think it is, but the pole is in a bad spot. Adjust that in a second. Work it out. So yeah, that could... No, it can't be there. The pole's in the way of the top. There would be best. That way, yeah, so there is a way of lining up without the poles getting in the way of the pipes. That fits in this gap, not badly. Still, 1, 2, 3, 4, we could just fit them neatly. All facing the same way if we want. Like that. Gets the 40. And then the 12, 2 rows of 6, I guess. Fits fine. So yeah, if we squish the refineries up together, this wouldn't be bad because we've got Darnet Water mod. So we can set the outputs to a line like that. We join petrol to petrol, light to light, heavy to heavy. Take heavy out there, light out there, petrol out there. So it'll be very tidy. Just have to get the recipes correct. And then on the back end, there's another one that lines the back without making too much of a mess. That works. That works. So let's make that one as well. So that where the backs are facing the water and the petrol are, and the crude oil are joining as well. That'll be good, although we need a lot more pipe work to get this actually done, but fine. All good. Work this out as well. Now that pole gets in the way on the last one. That's a shame. The others all good, even here. Looks it. Okay. Could we move everything up 1? No, because then that would smash. We need to move up more than 1. I don't really want to mess around that much. Okay. So we'll just send that petrol forward 1 more. That'd be fine. Okay. We need to go get more iron then to make a lot more pipe work with. Send me to MP48 East. Away we go. Oh, and I don't. How many refineries did I make? 36, and the 5 I put down not enough. Okay. Fine. 2 boxes full. That might be enough. Maybe. In any case, I kind of need to go home. Not home. To the starting base to get other materials. So take me to MP52 North. And yeah, we'll make the extra refineries we need, but also the chemical plants. Don't need that many more, do we? So how many did I build? 5. So I've got 41, and we needed 45, so I need 4 more refineries, which I can make 3 already. Just need a bit of steel. Not so bad. Asking for trouble driving here, aren't I? Never mind. One more. Okay, that should be enough. Refineries and then chemical plants. $20, $32, $35, $39. What do we need? Copper. No idea how I made it out of there without crashing. And 5. What am I missing? Oh, it might be steel actually. Oh, it's iron. 39. There we go. Some spare iron while we're here. Probably going to need more pipe even than what I'm building, but that's fine for now. It's all good. Let's head back to the new base. Weird little back and forth here. Should just extend that rail line, shouldn't I, and put a specific station up there. Can take the train the whole way. There we are. Face the right way. Fuel you up. Take me to MQ50 West. Before we go, I've got no water fill on me, and I'm going to need some. Let's go get water fill, and I'm not sure how many, but some offshore pumps. So let's make, I'm sure 10 is plenty. Let's queue them up. We left some spare water fill from earlier in the box here. There we go. It's medium. I think I decided I preferred deep. Right. So let's take a whole stack of deep, I guess. Where would I have used that before? In the power production, I guess. I can go and change that over to deep. Take me to MM51 West. Ooh, that iron I stole has worked its way through. They're actually having to deliver iron ore. Moving from there and just heading up. It's not the fastest loading in the world. But, you know, we knew that. Anyhow, we're here. It's the right size. How big? Can you tell the difference? Is there a difference? I haven't recovered any medium. I guess this doesn't work like that. Slightly darker. Oh well. We've done it now, so that's the one we've got. That one in the north. It is slightly, ever so slightly darker. I might be imagining that. Oh well. Oh, it's pure anyway. 30 megawatts being used. It is going up. That'll be the iron stuff in operation. MQ 50 West. Away we go. Take that. Copy all of that. Get them lined up right. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's right. Good. Distance is right. Means numbers right. 45. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Good start for that. What's a little bit of pipe to build, I guess. Take the robots a little time. I could do these, can't I? Try not to make a mess of it for them. I've missed the bottom ones as well. They need... what is the close one? Where was the far one? Definitely looking forward to having faster robots at some point in the future. Need more pipe again. Queue up a whole bunch after it's done making what it's making now. Just building the rest of what we can while we wait. I think I could line this stuff up as well. So which is going to be which? The big one is light oil to petrol. I need to alternate the recipe. So they're next to each other. Install them in. In the smaller group, we could make ourselves a little space if we move them forward a bit. Might as well. That's going to be heavy oil down into the light oil. So yeah, we want to... Interesting. How are we going to lay this out? Might want to rotate that, actually. So the heavy oil's behind it, light oil in front of it. Yeah. There. Still a bit awkward with everything, but that's fine. The oil will be behind it before it goes into that tank, if it's all good. Then the light oil will come out over here and be fed either there or here, so we're going to flip this round. Yeah. Yep. How do we do that? Can I just cut and flip and put it there? Ah, no. Kind of. This has to then become the nearer one. So that hole there is in the way. There we go. And then the wiring points are there instead. That's all good. Taking half shape. I've got my pipe already. Let's finish building one area. Plugging all these pipes in is going to confuse me no end, but we'll get there. And then we'll have some production. I mean, how much was this? 900 petrol per second. Is that a lot? What goes in? Don't think we've got any numbers anywhere. No idea. We'd have to throw something up there. It doesn't sound like much, but I guess it is 45 refineries. That sounds like quite a lot. And we can just copy paste this entire square now. If it works, everything comes out okay at the end of it, we can just copy paste that and process more oil. How much oil goes into this? I haven't looked at that, did I? Oh, that's there, the ingredient. Other way round. It's 876 petrol out. It's 900 crude oil in. 900 crude oil per second. And we're getting... What is this, like 40 per second at 100% yield? So we're getting thousands? Sure, actually, wish there was a way of measuring that. No crude oil. I don't know why it's giving me that number, but okay. Let's simplify that. New at this level, crude oil. We thought it's 40, it might be 20. Guess it is 20. Less than 20? Interesting. I might be down to our research level of efficiency of mining. Is that on here? Yeah, 20% productivity. So is it 12? 10 plus 20%? Yeah. So 100% yield is 10 oil per second. We have 394 times that. And we're at 12, so 394 by 12. So at our current mining productivity, we're making 4,700 crude per second and consuming 900 of it. Nine hundred of it, sorry. So we could make 5 and a bit squares like this from the source of oil we currently have. Okay, so if we're short of petrol or anything like that, we can easily copy paste this up to 4 more times without having to worry about it at all, if it all works. I'm just going to cut the ends off here. Everything's going to be on the left side, I guess, hopefully. The inputs might come from the right, actually. Not sure on that end. If we're... No, we've got space on the right, it's fine. Plenty of space for all the pipelines. While we're here, I do also want to flip this one too. Made a mess of it. Can't flip it this time. Rotate it and flip it and put it there. Same deal with them needing moving. So that one's there. That one goes there now. Make sure they're joined. Yep. Okay, that's all fine like that. Say, get them built. Them recipes on there. Good. Okay, let's start connecting things up a bit. Inputs I'll do further away, so they're going to come out of this square. Although that's a bit of a stretch, maybe not. Damn. Okay, petrol output to there, if we can. Nope, I've lined that up wrong. Completely wrong. Okay. Next one is there. So they don't join, so I want to join them there. Oh, they're not evenly spaced because I've flipped them up and down. So that one's up there, that one's there. Are they evenly spaced? No, not quite. Interesting. One there will be consistent on where they are. So the underground going is going to be in line with the pole there. That's in line with that, and that's the first petrol output. And everything's good in one pipe apparently, so cool. Can we then line up? No. Oh, because the petrol at the top's stuck one higher. And we need to go one further away. Not sure it's going to fit at all. As we go the other way round. The heavy oil is the closest one. That makes a bit of a mess of the top, so now we'll go one further away. Line them up. That needs to come down one. Then line them up there. So those are the 3 outputs. There's going to be some wiggling involved, but okay. Also, we need more pipe. Always with the more pipe. fine. Inputs are then not going to reach, right? That was the main issue. So that water input can go out to there. And the oil there. So do we feed them from the right hand side instead because it will be a bit tidier? I think yes, we do. Let's deal with that then. In which case I want to flip this station as well. For feeding, yeah, I do. It's a shame because it's full of oil at the moment. Can we sort that out without making a mess? Get the wires on first. Redo this pipe work without destroying the storage. So redo the wire so that the LTN doesn't ask for any more while I'm fiddling. Now, just to go to that one. There. Oh, we can... It's really not designed to be this way round. We need to flip this to there, I guess. Let's just not. It's back to how it was. If I undone too much, we'll find out. I did, by one. There we go. Okay. Simplified. We just pump it out of here. That's fine. Or could we do oil input on the left and just water from the right? Maybe. Maybe. Sure. We can do oil from the left, but we'll do the water from the right. Those are the 3 oil connections. Is it reaching one? Nope. That should be there. And there. And then we just want to connect that over to it. Do I need to pump? We are pumping out of the station into here. There's not much point in pumping from here. The pressure's still quite high. Don't know what throughput I need. Well, 900 oil per second is what I need. Check the wiki for the answer to that. If I want to get 900, I can have roughly 200 bits of pipe in between. So here we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then all the way along there is 30. It's not far off. I think what we might do is not pump out of the storage. It's a bit annoying on that corner there, but there we go. But I will pump into each row. So on the end of the rows, doesn't fit. On the end of the rows here. That'll work. There, good. And that should ensure it gets to the end of the row for the last machine to get enough. It should, naturally anyway, at the throughput rates we have here, but just to help, just to make sure. Good. Water, though, needs to come from this side. We reconnect those bits there. I need more undergrounds. That's going to clash a bit, so we want to do it quite close. Let's go with there. Consistent with all that as well. So that's the water line, and we'll just do the usual pond in the corner deal with the water fill. And one pump is certainly enough, if I can find them. there. And yeah, everything should fire up if it's good. Yep, little flames appear above them all. Good. Looks like the pipework is in the right location then. We are fired up and drawing a lot of power. Good. And requesting a delivery of more crude oil. Can we take that? Yeah, easily. Okay. Maybe we need to change those settings if it's going to go too quick. Anyhow. Might do a similar thing, so water from above and heavy oil from below. Or maybe light oil out the bottom and inputs from the top. Usually do like that, don't I? Join them and them. We've got the connections there, that's probably best. So we want the heavy oil output to come up to like here. And then we decide whether it's cracking or not. And it either pumps it into the train station or, well, it's pretty much if the train station is full, crack it. It's going to be quite simple, hopefully. See how that goes. Either way, we want to pump that way and that way. Just so we can control it. I don't think we need a pump on the left. It's always going to go that way. Always going to go that way. But do we want to force it that way until it... Yeah, probably. Maybe. Might as well. In pipe. Right, and then yeah, the input. Which, yeah, as ever, doesn't line up nicely. Could do the flippy on these so that it does line up nicely. That's silly. Kind of, but I'm going to do it anyway. Redistance all them. There we go. That there. That will join there, but yeah, I want to disable it now already, so it's not... Well, it's not because I haven't plugged it all in, but still. Let's work this out. We're going to disable that pump unless... I mean, it could be as simple as the storage in these tanks is more than, you know, a 5,000 or whatever, because that's only going to happen if this pump stops. So it doesn't necessarily need to read what's down here, because if it backs up, it'll affect this storage, including just the tank it's attached to. And we just want to crack it if the number gets to any distance at all, really. 5,000 isn't a bad random stab in the dark. So if the amount of, well, anything, everything, anything, we can be specific. If the amount of heavy oil is greater than 5,000, then pump. Right, so it's currently disabled, yeah. Or is that just because this is... That was all connected, never mind. We're not going to be able to see because it's backed up here. Let me flush that as well. I know it's wasteful, but still. I want to see it working. Yeah, that pump is not running. Okay, so that's doing the right thing. That would connect in there. We need the second row. There we go, which I'm undoubtedly going to need more pipe. Yep. Fine. And then water from the corner, I guess. So I want to do anything more consistent. Arbitrarily put a puddle in there just so it's even. Or top left, bottom right, we just need to get the water for here from up here as well. Which might be uglier than doing the top right, so... We'll see. Anyhow, pump there will do, or maybe there, go on. Find where they're coming out. One there, that one there, and in they go. And this is not working because we don't have enough heavy oil to make it work. Perfect. I guess. I'm going to assume. I'll have to keep an eye on it as it all builds up. That then wants to output into the same storage that this light oil output goes into, which is not the one for the train, but the one that feeds into the cracking here, which ideally would be behind it all. We don't quite have space for that without squishing some things around. We can do. Could put it down here. Could put it down here and flip all these machines around. Okay. Can't put it immediately next to here because then there's no space for a pump. So why don't we go in that gap? Or is that about... No, that's an okay... That's an okay spot. That's fine. Like that. Oh, but then I would probably want to swap the recipes. So we have the same kind of consistent layout of the pipework. Deconstruct that lot. Reconstruct them the other way round. Okay. So the pipeline of light oil coming out of here. Do I want to go up and over? I mean, this is kind of in the way, so I guess we want to wiggle around. This is also wiggling around. We can send them up. Then we'll go into that one. If I get more pipe. And then that row can go into there. So that main line can come around this corner. Which again, I mean, the length of all that combined, I might like a pump on that. I need more pipe. Where would we do that? They're all outputting, they're all just at the end, I guess. Put that there. That'll do fine. I need more iron. I don't want to try and build with ghosties or anything. We'll go get the extra pipe and then keep building. So, locomotive. You need a bit of fuel. And we're going to MP48 East. There we go. Two boxes worth again. A bunch of that. Sure. Take a while to build with it. That's fine. Let's send me back home. Or back to where we were. Which is nearby, actually, isn't it? Not that far. That'll do. Good. Can build on, and then when we get it crafted, it'll just sort it out for us as we go. So the layout behind is pretty much the same deal. Up and over with them. Right there, there, and there. Copy that much. Yeah, just more than we need really, but there we go. That on the back of every row. Okay. So light oil. I need more pumps. Grab some more of them at the bottom of the queue as well. You can have the regular one. Can send out of any of these. Let's go with that one. Nothing else is touching it. That's going to pump into here. That doesn't matter, either of them. That's the one that's going to operate all the time. And there'll be a pump here. Let's go with there. That is going to be controlled like that one. So I guess I want to build this and ghost that so I can do it now. It can just measure that and it can do the same thing, just with light oil instead. If we get a bunch of light oil, pump it out into these. And there, okay. Good. And then, yeah, do we run water from all the way over here? It's going to clash with a few things on the way, so I'll need to wiggle it around. Would be a little ugly. Or I just put another puddle in the top and we feed it from this side. But then it'll clash with the outbound petrol. I think we'll try and bring it from the same pump. I assume that's all good. I can't... how would I tell? I'd need to add the pumping of water to here. And it's saying you need one pump exactly. I bet it's rounding up. I bet it's more than one. Less than one even. For 1,191. Yeah. Still, it's not 2 apparently, so that's fine. We can just grab the end of that line. Bring it over here somehow. Maybe not there then. We moved it closer then. We're trying to get to here. Not easily and not neatly. Okay. We can connect there. If we're doing that, I'd like to connect that as well. So we'll have one line going to there. Split off there and... Oh yeah, it's fine, it's fine. I'll tell you what, actually. No. I was thinking of running it down this side instead and then across, but that's still not neat and tidy at all. Comes down to here and splits, goes there, goes there, goes. It's okay. As long as it's pumping hard enough. And that to there. Line them all up. And that's the last one. And that should, yeah, be disabled. That's fine. They must have just flushed through something that had already made it into them, but that's okay. The outputs of these are going to head to the right. A lot of pipe work, but it's all coming together pretty nicely now. Taken quite far over, I guess. Where's... we don't need an extra storage before the train station on this side. We could just to have the buffer space, but we're not needing to control the flow at all. If the petrol backs up, it backs up and everything stops. So it being a bit bigger wouldn't hurt, just to try and avoid that as long as we can. In which case, yeah, join them, but we don't need to pump between them or anything. Maybe pump into them from a pipeline that's there. Cool. And there. That row doesn't particularly line up nicely. I think I got that wrong. Let's copy all that. Goes there, there and there. Yeah, that's good now. That one is slightly off, so yeah, we'll do that. And then the bottom one. There we go. And we need the original petrol line from the refinery to go that way. Which it might make sense to join that on the right-hand side. It does, actually, quite a lot. Kind of regret putting it here now. Could use that space more efficiently. With everything. Still, it makes more sense to put it over there, so let's do that. And send it not as far over yet. Okay, so just to there, I guess. There. Maybe there, but it won't join in one. No, okay. Let's do that. And then in, I guess, to the ones at the back, if it matters. With a pump, then it'll clash. So let's feed it into here with the pump. Cool. That, in general, should avoid doing. In terms of keeping up the pressure of the liquid, it makes sense to do that, because instead of 3 bits of pipe you only have 2 as far as the calculation's concerned. But it doesn't make sense to do that, because it's 2 bits of pipe either way. And these 2 bits of pipe cost us 2 iron. Those 2 bits of pipe cost us 25? No, 15. So it's not really cost effective to make the 2 wide undergrounds, but I keep doing it because, I don't know, habit. Good, that's moving, and will ultimately, I mean, this is cracking at the top already, don't know why. Oh, because we're not actually pumping into the train station, I was missing the pump. So it would have backed up and caused a bit of cracking to happen. That's all cool though. These have got various things available. Not in any quantity to trigger anything yet, but they'll build up. Heavy oil is at 24,000, almost there. 26,000 light oil, so that's ready to go and do something with. No petrol. I guess I... Oh well, there's a wire missing to begin with. That fixes that. I could wire in the other 4 up here as well, in that we do have it. I mean, it's designed just to be a buffer for everything. But we do have it. Yeah, I think it's best to do so. Ugly mess of wires, but there we go. These are not needed. There we go. That's all tidied up too. And they are providing those 3 liquids. That's good going, hey? Not even 2 hours in, and we've got the crude oil out of the ground, being actively shipped about, refined, cracked, turned into stuff. It does seem, if this is running at full speed like it is now, which might not happen often depending on consumption of it, but if this square is running at full speed, are these trains enough, like these settings? Trying to hold 75,000. If it's not gone dry yet, there should be a train. It's limiting it to 1 train at a time. Why? It shouldn't be. Oh, it's not. There we go. Why didn't it? Feels like I got the settings wrong, but I think they're okay. So there's 2 trains en route at the moment. There should be a 3rd, because we're saying we want 75 in blocks. No, it should be 2. Okay. If we want that 3rd train to be in motion, we need to change it to 100,000. And we don't risk it going over because it only does it when it has a gap of 25,000. So it's got, if it has 25,000 here, 25 in a train, 25 in another train, it has 75,000. Let's say 75,001. It won't ask for the 3rd train. When it drops under that and 1, it'll ask for the 3rd train, and by the time it gets here, it's, yeah. It has to go under the point that I'm concerned about before it can ask for more. And it's not going dry, although it is running low. I think it's fine. as long as those tiny little trains keep moving. Which is pretty cool. All zipping around, coming out of the depot up here. Down he goes to get some oil. Yep. And takes it up to the one above him. Might be some heavy traffic around that area, but they have other routes. Hopefully. I think if we did put more of this type of square, all of them here, like if we did 4 more and put them all around this same depot, we'd have traffic issues and a shortage of trains, so they need to be spread out a bit. And we'll fill the gap in with whatever, you know, solar panels or whatever, but I think we do have to actively spread things out a bit to keep it good. I don't know, the next stage, we've got these up. The next stage is to start doing stuff with them. And lubricant's a simple one, we could do that. Turn heavy oil into lubricant. We could do that in a square near here. Train would come and grab from here and take it to... I mean, it could be the one left of it. Kind of like the idea of leaving some space, maybe. But it doesn't make much sense. Might as well be the one next to it. MP50 could be lubricant production. If they run out of fluid wagons, then the depot below is equal distant, and that has some to the crude and the processing it. I mean, pretty cool. It is constant. If that runs at full speed, it is a constant supply of oil needed, which is cool. With a bigger train, it wouldn't be quite so often. Get out of the area before I get run over. Yeah, I don't think I should worry too much about overloading it. Everything's going to have a bunch of stuff around it. Ultimately. Let's go for it. MP50 is going to make lubricant. It's a nice simple one to do next. We're going to need to make some stuff to do it with, but we can get some basics in. We know we're going to unload heavy oil. I still prefer to do top to bottom. I know we didn't that time because we're doing the closest. So do we do closest station? If we were driving on the left, we pick up heavy oil from here. The closest station is a south one, actually. So you come down, around and in here. No, because we're driving on the left, you go around and up. So yeah, no, this is the closest. Which it does make sense to do. So we unload in the east, because that's the closest to the heavy oil. This is another one that's only ever going to be liquid, so we'll remove all the belts and stuff. Did we add an extra? Yeah, we did, didn't we? Let's add extra to this. Should have done that before ripping that out. Could have blueprinted it, but never mind. It's done now. And then that should be wired in. To the light, right? Is that what we did here? Storage into the light, yeah, and then requester in as well. Cool. I mean, why not? Get them moving. I'm going to request... request... same deal, I guess. Storage is the same... It's kind of the same thing, so... Requested the 25,000, so a whole wagon load every time. We want to store 100,000 heavy oil. Which shouldn't drain as quickly as the oil is next door, but initially it will, so there'll be a lot of motion initially, but then it'll calm down. In any case, that's coming in there. We have a bunch of chemical plants turning that into lubricant, which is going to go out. It could go out on the far side. It could go out on any side, really. What's going to be best? That goes down into a bunch of rows and out, which join up at the top corner. Out of the top or out of that side. Which way's it face? Liquid loading station. But that way. Let's go this side then. So go down, all the way up, and then over and down there. Yep. Ah. I didn't change them, did I? Maybe I did. Go over and check that. Make sure the outbound signalling is for the right product. Don't remember changing it, but maybe I did. I did not, from the looks of it. Okay, let's not get run over. Something has gone very wrong. Oh, that's gonna... Okay, we have a problem. What can I do about it? Nothing really. Oh, no, that's fine. I thought they were trying to collect crude oil because I got the signals wrong. Oh, but they're not. They're trying to collect heavy. It wasn't loading because of the signals. They wanted the heavy to take it over to the bit I've just built, so that is fine. They're there for the right thing. That's good. Worried about nothing. But we do need to change the signal. They won't load anything. That is petrol. Needs to do light oil in the top. There we go. Glad I remembered that. They'd have been sat there for a very long time. Well, it times out after like 2 minutes, I think so. Then we would have got an error and we would have noticed, I suppose. Anyhow. Those two sides are set up and ready. We just need to fill the middle with chemical plants. And again, I'm not intending to look up the right number. We just do the maximum amount we can, and if we don't have enough being fed in initially to fill the buffers, it'll just take longer. If we start consuming lubricant at a rate that needs more heavy oil putting in, then we'll need to put more heavy oil into our system in general. If we can identify that, which is as easy as anything else, because I don't really want to balance these things out. It's quite easy with the heavy oil. We know what we're making, and we can just... How much lubricant can you make with that? Probably not much. At least we're going to build more than that number. But when it comes to like light oil and petrol and the cracking and the balancing, yeah, too much. So we're just going to build an entire square of it, and the consumption rate should be okay in the end, hopefully. So we are definitely going to need chemical plants. I mean, I'll make what I can and we can begin with that. Probably going to need more than 36. We can begin with that. That's fine. We line it all up. Shouldn't need any more tanks. That tank into that tank. Spacemat in the middle here. Can I somehow get one here? Grab from over there. There we go. So leave a little gap to work the pipelines in. Start there. Up to there. It's 18 in a row. No reason to squish them in at all. It's going to be more than enough in terms of the pipelines and stuff like that. 2 poles away from the edge. So that is 180 machines in total we need to build. Just out of curiosity, let me remove that. Yeah. Add one here for lubricant. Where are they? Oh, there. And how many was it? Well, first of all, I want to know 225. So direct, okay, 225 to 225 would be 22.5 machines. So we're putting in a lot more machines. Yeah. Yeah, we are overdoing it, but are we overdoing it to the point of being silly because we can't process it fast enough. If it's a 1-to-1, then deliveries in and deliveries out are going to be equally paced at maximum speed, so we'd need a second delivery point for heavy oil if we had a second collection point for lubricant. Don't think we'd... Well, we might use that much lubricant at some point in the future. But if we can't input it from local supply of heavy oil, maybe it's better to spread them around as well, multiples. We can shrink it down quite easily, just need to decide by how much. I want it to be more than 22.5 machines, I'm pretty sure. We don't want it to be more than one pipeline. If we want to keep things simple, we could have two, but we want to keep it simple. If a train is taking 25,000, then the amount of lubricant we make, 25,000. How long does it take to load? Not that long. 5-10 seconds at most. So if we were making 2,500 every second and it took 10 seconds to load it, is roughly this much. I think we should do 2 stations then, if we're going to do this many, or even close to this many. So we stripped it down, so it's 3 poles around the outside even. It's still 112 machines, which, yeah, okay. I mean, it's not 10 seconds, it is less than that. It's not really in motion at the moment because of everything. Everything being blocked up, but it was less than that, so we might say double it, 5 seconds, and then say we added in an extra delivery point and an extra collection point and had 100 machines running. I'd be cool with that, and round that up to fit the space to be 112. Fine. So we'll do that and then have a second delivery point. It's the same as this one, so I might as well copy paste that and rename it. Down the bottom of there, I don't know, the symmetry might help if we unloaded sides and took them away north-south. Would it? Possibly, yeah, we'll move the machines around, to fit that. In which case, let's strip this away. It's not going to be like that. One of those wires confusing things either. We'll need to remove them. Good, that's back to before. Grab, whatever, all of it, and rotate. Should be fine, just need to rename both of them. MP50 East and MP50 West. Start building from here so the wires go in and they don't over-deliver. No heavy oil found. Yeah, that's not surprising. We're not consuming the light oil or the petrol at all, so the system will have already backed up very quickly. Annoying, but there we go. It's going to happen until we, make something happen. Make everything move. But there we go. That's set up ready for when that happens, I guess. And then the other type. I copy pasted, didn't I? So this is good to go down here. Liquid loading. Just rename it. Don't need to. MP50 South, that's correct. Oh. Is it good with that setting then? Need more steel, which we do not have down here. That's fine. Go get some. Good, looks like it. Just gonna need to change them. Let's do that before I forget it. Then go get the steel to make more storage thingies. There we go. That's the wrong way round. I don't want to go backwards around the network. We want to go to MP52 North. Get in the car. Just grab a stack of signals because of those missing ones. Fill them in if we walk past them then. Might as well. Grab a little extra iron while we're walking past it again. Might as well. A bit of steel. Let's make a whole bunch. And take some spare resources. Whatever's next. Bit of copper wouldn't hurt. While I'm still on it. Here we go. Let's head back. Where were we? MP50 North. Off we go. Good. Build their missing ones in. Down south as well. Oh, I should have got the stuff to make more chemical plants. I can do 36 of them. Then I'm going to need more iron. How many do I need? It's like another 70 or so. Another 60 maybe. Well, the iron's a little south of us. As long as I don't get run over, we can go there. While we're crafting these anyway. Although I think I do want to move where those chemical plants are. Maybe rotate them. We'll see. Probably rotate them. Four more, then what? Then I need copper. Sure. We're queuing things up. I guess I can make some more pipe as well. Copper's not far away either. Get that robot to come home. That'll make me 100. Okay, we're going to need them in the future, so go for it. Make me 100. And then... yeah, I mean, let me just cut all that. So the ones that are just around the poles. If I can get them in time. It's all good. Okay. And we'll aim to build about 100 in. To this gap in 2 sets of 50, I suppose. In on the sides, out on the other way. Yeah, probably the other way around. Be interesting. we'll fit it in. But I tell you what, we are just over 2 hours in. So while we're handcrafting this, I can leave the game running and take a short break. And cut the YouTube video, of course, like usual. Thank you for joining us, YouTube viewers. We'll see you in the next video. Don't forget to do the usual. Clicking the like button, the subscribe button, the coming over to Twitch, joining us here, following over here. Appreciate all that very much. Do continue. Series is doing well, popular, in line with other content that I have made in the past and am making. It is doing positively, so that feels really good, and I appreciate the support so far. We will catch you in the next video. Twitch guys, I'll be back in 5 minutes and we'll carry on building these oil related thingies. I will see you shortly.